Hey everyone, it's Legs McMuffin, and tonight is going to be a dumpster fire. Tonight is a Friday night, and because I have no life, I decided that I should make some responsible adult life choices. I thought, like, what could that be? What could I do? And then I thought, drag. So then I got my wheels turning and I thought back to all of the YouTube videos that I've been watching. And so what I thought that I would do in my responsible, healthy, not lonely Friday night adult choices is to do a drunk no mirror drag makeup challenge. Y'all, it's gonna be a challenge. Why the fuck not? It's a Friday night. I'm an adult person. I'm eating delicious treats. So I'm gonna go get faced. And then I'm gonna come back and do my face. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get this party started. My neighbor's not home. She lives right here. We can make some noise. It's okay. So, fuck. We're gonna do this like it's a tutorial, because why not? I'm gonna teach you. Okay, so you're going out to the club. You're pre-gaming before you start getting ready, and you're in a place where you don't have a mirror, apparently. Maybe you're like on the train, on the bus, in the lift, and you gotta get ready. None of this makes sense. Just go with me. We start with primer. I use e.l.f. Illuminating face primer, and I use it because it's cheap. It's a little sparkly. So when you're doing drag and you use your own eyebrows because you forgot to do anything with them, you just primer everywhere. Your skin hates you already. Your skin just hates you. And so you try to say, hey skin, I'm so sorry for everything that's gonna happen. When you build a house, you start with the foundation, you build up. Since I can't see what I'm actually doing, we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna take our Ben Nye thingy and our e.l.f. brush. e.l.f. Listen, they're cheap, but oh, this brush was not clean. So what I like to do when I accidentally fuck up my foundation and add my contour to my highlight is start here. You just, this is, yeah. So you put it on where highlight usually goes, but where you're okay that there's a little bit of contour in it, maybe. I keep trying to look at myself, this mirror with a towel put over it, so that I can't see what I'm doing. And through the paper towel, I can see the outline of where my head is, but I can't see what I'm doing. This feels like where highlight goes. We're listening to Róisín Murphy on YouTube. We're just letting YouTube decide. I put in Róisín Murphy, I picked a great song, 10 Miles High, and when I edit this later, it's gonna be disjointed and crazy. When you're doing this look, your eyebrows are gonna get used later, but you wanna give them a good base. Also, it just feels nice. You just wanna light up your face. You just want it to look like you're in a fucking spotlight. Even in a dark club. Oh my god. Can we talk about how, it's real gross when you go to the like queer/trans bar and everything is sticky. But like, that's so endearing. And when your local one closes, and that was the only one because you live in the middle of nowhere, and now all of the bars are like clean floors, you're very confused all the time. Also, I just opened my eyes for the first time in like 20 minutes. And some on your chin, because you know you got a good chin, but you want to like pop it a little more. I can tell that there's movement, but I can't see what's happening. That's okay. So then we're just gonna take the same brush, because who gives a fuck? We're just gonna swizzle it in. So I went in with Ben Nye Creme Foundation P41 Fairest. Then I go in with my extra highlight Geisha, which is like super appropriative, but the color works for me. And I wish it were called something else. So then I just go in with where like the super highlights would be. And just pile it on, because it's gotta last all night. So you want it on thick. I keep closing my eyes. I'm really drunk and I wish that I were asleep. So I'm just gonna stand here with my eyes closed and just take a little nappy nap while I do my makeup. And now we're gonna go in with one that's a little bit closer to what we look like when we're tan in the summer, which is light Japanese. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm a white person, and it feels like with every brush, it just feels like cultural appropriation with every brush stroke. But somehow I at least make it look good on any night but tonight. So we're just gonna smear that in there where the highlights aren't. Just get it in there. Just get a little helium-filled person from Tokyo, light Japanese. But next step now is you take your filthy beauty blender and you just start to fucking go for it. And I always think back to like middle school where they're like, "Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?" I'm like, "Cause it makes me look pretty on any night but tonight." Maybe you're like one of those queens who doesn't get ready until you're already at the club. And then you get there and there's no mirrors. And you were pre-gaming. So you're drunk. That's what we're doing. We thought we could get ready there. And then we're at the gig. And there's no mirrors. There's no lights. The power's out, but you're still gonna do the show anyway. Because you're a committed queen. This feels good. It's like being kissed by a spongy angel. So then you take it. Now it's like every color that's all over your face. All of the multiracial colors that you are none of them. And then you just like head up your nose. And then you wish that there were a slightly darker color on the sides of your nose, but there's not because you're forgetful. So you put that down on your nasty counter and you take a swig of rum and ginger ale. And you spill it all over your floor. Because you gotta clean up later, and so it's good to just have a little moisture going on down there anyway. So then you come in with your contour, which is another Ben Nye cream foundation that, when I use it, is racist because this is P11 Chinese. So I have light Japanese, Chinese, and Geisha. They're beautiful colors and they work great on my skin. So then we're gonna take the exact same brush that we've been using the whole time, because we're in a hurry. Are we in a hurry? No, but we are fucked up. So we're just gonna find the corner of our lip, and find some part of our ear, and we're gonna find the top of our ear, and we're just gonna go shh, and it ended like here. So we're gonna fill it in. I can't tell what that did. I'm certain that parts of my face are darker, which was the goal. I don't have like the squarest draw in the world, but it's square enough. And so I like to chop it off with some contour. So I start like right under the ear and I just go blam. Do the same thing on the other side. I find it and I start at the top of my head and I bring it around. Yeah. Oh, that feels nice. I can feel all my hair getting caught in it. And we blend that into the contour a little bit. We just kind of brush this out a little bit. Same thing over here. It's weird on the left side of my face, but that's okay. And then, oh, don't put more on your brush. And come in, and if you're me, you always contour your nose, but you don't contour it very darkly, and literally no one can tell that you did it. except probably tonight. It's gonna be the one time that everyone can tell that I did it. We take the same beauty blender as before, and we wipe it off on the pants that we stole from the guy that we had a crush on. Not because we hate him, but because we're wearing them because we want to be in his pants. So we just start at the top. We just, you know, soften it a little bit. Or in this case, maybe make it worse. Bring it around town. And we do the other side. Probably also looks like garbage. You're welcome. I'm pretty sure I missed some spot shaving earlier. Oh, I just kiss. Every kiss begins with K. The letter K. It's not product placement, it's just a grammar lesson. And then you remember that you also put some on your nose, so you go in there. Normally, here's where you adjust, and you would find the places that are too dark or too light, and or too harsh, and you soften them up. But I don't know what I look like, so we're just gonna dive right in with some powder. Alright, so what I like to do is I like to just take some Ben Nye neutral set. It's kind of light, it's kind of white. I make a fucking mess, but I don't care. Oh, I also normally smooth out my eyelid first. But it is too late for that. We just a little black one. And we go to the other side, we smooth out the eyelid. That's right. I remember I just said that stuff. I just like to tap. Right in the eye socket, right in your eyeball, on the cheekbone. Sort of, I do like a V. I do like a V shape up. What I like to do then, sort of a flattish brush. I'm sure this is useful for something. What does Elf think it's useful for? Nothing. Go in with underneath the contour, just sharpen it up a little bit with some powder. I usually just start at the corner of my mouth and work my way up to my ear. So like that's cool, and then I take the last little bit, because I didn't put that much in here, and just like dibba-dabba into the ears, bridge of the nose, forehead. So then what we do, turn with Fair, and it comes out real fast, so we put way too much in. I hit the temple area, the sort of beige rainbow area, the sides of the nose area. We're just gonna powder the fuck out of ourselves. So you dig through your box of makeup and you look for not the first one that you picked up. I got a lot of Elf products because they're real dirt cheap, but they work okay on my face. The foundation, Ben Nye, it's theatrical makeup, and someone once said to me, if the foundation's expensive, the roof can be cheap. And I've lived my drag by that rule, and it has not failed me yet. Although I wish that, like, my windows were a little more expensive. The eyes are the windows to the soul. You're with me. You got it. You got it the first time. You're fine. I wish that my windows were a little more expensive, because the eyeshadow that I have is garbage. It does a job, but it doesn't do it well. So then what I do is I come in with my Elf definition powder that's like kind of skin-ish toned for me, and I come into where the contours will be, because I don't want to go in. So like the neutral set theoretically is like see-through, but it's not. It lightens everything, and so I don't want that on my contour. Spend all that time making my face darker. Why am I going to put something light on top of it? It doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm going to let this all cook or bake or sit in the kitchen. I don't know what do any of those words mean. I'm going to let this soak in for a minute. I'm not going to look at myself, but I am going to go have a cigarette, because tonight's all about terrible life choices, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I did accidentally see myself in a reflection and I look terrible. So we're going to keep going. We're gonna find, you know what, we're in a hurry and we don't have time to find the right brush, so we're just gonna find any brush. We're just gonna brush the excess powder off of our stuff now. Usually I use a really soft, big, voluptuous, fluffy brush. for this stage in the process, but I can't find it right now. So we're just gonna use this like hard brush. Step now, we've done a foundation contour and we've set it in place. We've moved our features around, but now it's time to like tweak them. We're gonna fine tune them. We're gonna go in with some powder. I am using L'Oreal True Match. Yeah. And we're just gonna go in where that feels appropriate. So this one's my slightly darker of the two like highlighty ones. So I like to put that at like the back of my highlight, up here where the light would naturally sort of fade out anyway. And I put way too much on the brush because it's drag. We ain't going for natural beauty. We come in here because there's a highlight down here too. And I like to put it actually weirdly closer to the front of my face and let the stronger highlight hit back here. So we'll come in with that in a minute. We're living our best life. So then we come in with our other True Match, slightly lighter light. We just pile that on. We just make a fucking mess. And then we go into where like the real light highlights are. Right on the apple. Right on the apples. And we just like put some powder everywhere. We put it on our face. We put it on our sink. Put it on the floor. It's okay. The point is that some of it got on your face. You're doing alright. We got the front bit here done, so now we come up into the back. We do the other side. And we're done with our lights. Just kind of like swoop. I put more in the air than I do on my face, and I swoop. And then I take what is left on the brush and I come back into this beautiful, beautiful rainbow on my face. And I just kind of blend that out for a moment. Just get some of the excess off the brush. And then I come in here and I blend this out a little bit. And then I come in where my chin is and I just bam, hit that again. And I bam, hit that again. And you don't want too much. You gotta blend it out. Normally, I'm like hours. I'm very gentle, I take my time. I know some queens are like a 1 hour face. And I'm like, I probably could do it in an hour, but I'm really fussy. And so I like to like take breaks and give myself a chance to like, you know, continue to live my best life. And we hope to everything that we look okay, because we're about to move on. Oh god, oh, it's time for eyeballs. This part's gonna suck. Fine, we're gonna do it with blue. Listen, I'm coming in with blue later anyway, so might as well come in with blue right now. Lip liner, I think is what it's normally meant to be. And so what I normally will do is I'll map out where I want the things to be. So like, I'm like, oh, I want my wing to like start here and like shabam across my eye. And on the other side, I delicately match it so that it's exactly the same as the other side. And then I shabam it across. As you can see, it's a very precise moment on my face. And then what I do is I also, like, I paint in the crease with this as well. And so what I normally do is I start like here and I like bring it up and across and then swoop. And I do the other side and I find a point that matches, bring it up and across and a swoop. So pretty. Next step. So I always do my eyeliner wing base first. So we're just gonna aim for where we think it is, and we're just gonna come into the corner, and then we're gonna go across the eye. And then we're gonna do the same painful thing on the other side of our face. We're gonna put it first where it doesn't go, and then where it does. And we're just gonna bring it into the corner. And we're gonna pick the same spot, and we're gonna swoop it into the corner. Yeah! We fill in that spot gently and carefully, and we clean up that line. So tonight we're just gonna fill it in. We're going for it. We don't have time to be perfect. We just have time to put black all over our faces and hope for the best. All right, we're so pretty. Look, we did it. We put it on our faces, and then we put the lid on upside down. Cool. I'm just gonna like chill for a minute and dry, and then I'm gonna come back in, and we're gonna like do the rest. We're back. So what I like to do now is to come in with an eyelid primer, because I've just powdered so much on my eyeballs that eyeshadow isn't gonna stick really well. And this is gonna be an absolute disaster. So we're gonna get through this together. Oh, where is my eye? Oh no. There it is. Okay, I found it. I'm certain that I got black eyeliner all in it. It'll be okay. We're gonna cover it with eyeshadow. So we're gonna just not close our eyes, because then we almost fall asleep. We're just gonna smear that in. Give the eyeshadow something to stick to. And my left eye is crying because it's really sad for what this is gonna look like. We're gonna come in. We always do a blue eye. Some say that that's the eye that whores do. So we're gonna come in and we're gonna just pick a brush that looks the cleanest, and we're gonna throw it on the floor. So we're gonna pick the brush that looks the cleanest, and we're gonna clean it off even more from being on the floor. We're gonna start on the inner corner because that one always gets fucked up first. So we're gonna pick this sort of pinky pink. We're gonna go for the really slightly pinker pink. We're gonna dip it into the pinkier pink, pinkety pink. So we get sort of this. We're just gonna brace ourselves and just lightly put it on our nose and then our eyes. We're gonna find it. We're gonna pat. So then we're gonna start sort of at the outside. The other side's scarier because it's harder to tell where your hand and the brush are. Okay, that feels like the right place. So we're gonna just there it is. Okay. Fucking just blend it all together. Why can't it all just live together and be happy? Great, we did it. We're gonna pick one that's got a little bit of sparkle in it. And we're just gonna pretend like we know what we're doing and just pile it in. And we're gonna bring it slightly under the eye. One that's crying. Because then when it cries later, it'll be majestic black sparkly tears and not just like regular everyday sad tears. So then we're gonna bring this one in. Great. We did it. Normally I'd go back in and clean everything up, but I can't tell what I did, so we're just gonna live with it. And then we're gonna take the blue from earlier and we're just gonna turn our eyebrows blue. Because you can't ever have too much blue. Where are we? Oh, we should curl our eyelashes. So we're just gonna hope that we grab eyelashes and not our eyelid. We're gonna do the same on the other side. Oh god, it's terrifying. So normally we do a lip liner to make sure that we like have a clean, like we know where we're going. I can't tell where I'm going anyway. So we're just gonna pile in, we're just gonna dive in. My actual lipstick is out in my car right now, which is probably not great because it's below freezing and I'm certain that it's gonna fuck it up somehow. But that's okay. So normally I only overdraw my lips a little bit. But tonight, we're just gonna put some blue on our face and hope that it works. So that feels like my lip. Great. Good. Yes. That's my lip. Feels like where I left off. Oh yeah. Okay, top lip. Great, we're doing all right. Bottom lip's a little bit easier because you can just kind of like mash it in and rub it across and it'll kind of end up where it needs to. Then again, you could be other people and you just have like too much lip. And you don't know what to do with it all, and then you call me. Where's my lip? Oh, I can't find it. There it is. And you do that because that helps. Helps somebody. Not sure who, but it helps. And I think this one's supposed to be sort of like a blending brush. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put down powder here to prevent fallout from fucking up my face. So we're just gonna brush out the fallout and hope that we're not just making a bad thing worse. You tell me. You're the judges here. This is Essence Blush Up Powder Blush. We've probably got more of like a, I don't know, a sugary temple / hooker thing going on. What can you do? I'll give it a swirling motion just in case that helps. And then we find our glue. Normally we put it in a nice sort of gentle curve so that the eyelash can hit it along its natural curve. But instead we put it in a weird 90-degree angle tonight. It's fine. It'll be okay. It'll be great. It's gonna turn out not worse than everything else. Oh, we're gonna let that tack up for a minute. We're gonna go have a small cigarette. We're probably gonna have some water because we feel like we might throw up a little bit. And we'll be right back to attempt some eyelashes. All right, so we're back from that adventure and our eye is still crying a little bit because we still have put like so much makeup in it, but also because of the Trump administration. So we're allowed to be sad for both of those things at the same time. At least my makeup isn't running. So I was looking for used eyelashes that are already conformed to my eyeball shape to make this process a little bit easier, but what I found were brand new eyelashes, so that's going to be an adventure. I want just a gentle little amount. And then we're just going to slap it onto our eye because we can't tell what we're doing. It's on. That's all that counts. So we're just gonna sort of aim for on. And normally I take it off and let the glue dry on the lash and on my face a little bit. I've heard it recommended that that's a good thing to do. This one feels like it's not even close to the right place. Oh my god, I'm gonna look like Geogun. They're on and they'll dry, so that's fine. So we have a lash. I'm gonna let it dry for a minute. What's left? What do I normally do? I gotta do some mascara, but I'm gonna let my eyelashes dry for a moment. I'd normally clean up where there's a line between the lash glue and the eyeliner, but I can't see, so I have no idea if that even matters or not. it probably matters a great deal. I'm certain that my eyelashes are like halfway up my eyelids right now, but who really knows? And then we're gonna put on some hair that I found in a corner of my apartment, and maybe a dress, maybe not. We'll find out. Stick around. That was an adventure. We're gonna just... Oh yeah, my false lashes are nowhere near my actual lashes. That's okay. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Okay, well, that's some mascara. It's close enough. Alright. We're back. We have a wig on. We have a dress on. And now I'm gonna show myself what the fuck kind of garbage I look like. Oh. She's something. Oh, she did a real good job. Look, she got a little bit of eyebrow, like a little accent mark on each eyebrow. She did great. She left a little bit of her natural, gotta tie it into reality in the front. The pink in her corner is kind of nice on this one eye. I think she's a psychopath. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. Considering how I expected this to turn out, I'd say like 9 out of 10. Considering how I normally look, I'd say like an 11 out of 10. So we're doing great. We're doing beautifully. Thank you so much for joining me on this weird-ass journey. I look appropriately like a crazy person. This is Friday night with legs McMuffin. It's an adventure. My teeth are already yellow. I don't need them to be blue too. That's not great. Good night.